Hello everybody, I'm in Dak Nong right now, and today we have a whole schedule planned. First we're gonna go make some rice cakes, and then we're gonna go fix up some tea. And then tomorrow we're gonna do some charity work. But before we can do all of that, we have to eat first. So I'm about to eat something called bangkang, and it's gonna be very good. So I haven't tasted it yet, but off of first impressions, it looks quite appealing. So let me try a bite. It's really good. It has really nice flavor. It's crispy on the outside but soft on the inside. Overall, I think I give it an 8 out of 10. Hey everybody, I made it to the first location. I'm at the rice cake factory. Just walked in, put on my outfit, put on my hat, and it smells very nice in here. We're gonna go over here now to see how everything works out in the whole process. So the first step of this process is you take all the ingredients that goes into the rice cake, you mix it all up, and then you put it through this compression machine, and it essentially flats everything out and mixes it all together completely, like this. We're on the next step now, which is basically mixing all the ingredients together. And after, we're gonna put it on these trays here, and put it in these little containers here to make the full treat. And then after that, we're gonna put it in the oven and bake it to finish it off. Basically, we have to take a dab of this butter and spread it all over the gloves to ensure that these ingredients don't stick to the gloves, so it's a cleaner working area. And now we just take this, I think, get just a bit and scrunch it up and just place it inside. I think I put a bit too much. I don't want. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. She basically just told me to put this in your left hand. Take a bit on your right, and then just smush it in. And spread it evenly over the entire thing. How is she doing it so fast? Okay. I think this activity is quite fun. You're gonna have to get used to it. As you can see, I'm quite bad at it, but it's kind of hard to perfect, as you can see. My slice is a bit uneven compared to hers, but I'm trying my best. But regardless, it's a fun activity. You just basically mush things and put them together. Nothing to complain about. This is mine. That's theirs. As you can tell, mine's much messier compared to theirs. Their one is much more compact, so I definitely did something wrong, but it's okay because there's the first time for everything. So we're at the oven station now. This space essentially makes 2 sweets. This is the first one. It's kind of like a cracker with nuts inside it, I suppose. The other one is kind of more like handcrafted. There's a container shell on the outside with nuts inside. This is the place where you're going to cook these crackers. It just basically makes them harder and more compact for people to take out and just eat it right off. Okay, so like basically any baked item, after you take it out the oven, you have to let it rest. This is where it's basically going to harden up into like the actual treat. And we also got a fan here to speed up the process to get the treat done faster. So basically what we're going to do now is take each of these sections like so, and then break it into smaller pieces, and they'll get run through into the packaging machine. There's little sections here which you just slot them in like so. So you're gonna need to be careful with this because it's quite delicate, and you're gonna want to look for the seams in the middle here and just try to break it apart like that. And as you can tell, the machine moves quite fast, so you're gonna have to work much faster than I am. So the machine basically sends a wrapper on top, and it just kind of folds it all together into these small packaging here. And this is basically the finished product, and it just keeps going repeatedly. It's very efficient, as you can tell. We already have a whole bunch here. And yeah, that's the factory. So y'all probably thought we're here just for fun to make some simple treats, but actually this whole basket here, we're actually going to be donating it to children tomorrow at schools, and we're going to be doing some charity work tomorrow, so you guys have to wait and see. Hey guys, after we're the rice cake factory, we made it to our lunch spot. I kind of like the decorations. It's very Vietnamese style. But anyways, we gotta fuel up to go to the tea farm later. So let's go eat. So guys, this is the food. You can see we got the egg, the beef, the wood bamboo, the fish. Everything tastes good. It's all bust. I'm gonna eat now. Bye. Oh, okay. Good afternoon, everybody. We made it to the soursop farm. This is basically the fruit they use in the tea that our company produces. This one is very ripe. It's genuinely, if I touch it, it's gonna fall off. So we're gonna try to take it out. Why is it so hard? Oh, sorry. There we go. It's quite a big one. There we go. So another fun fact is that all these soursop trees are planted only using seeds, which prevents any genetic mutation from happening. So they're all the same type. So probably one of the most special things about this tea factory is that it takes around 11 to 15 kilograms of these soursop fruit to make only 1 kilogram of tea, which is crazy. Okay, now we're about to go into the main factory to see the whole process in making the tea. By the way, it's raining, so apologies if the mic is bad. But basically, after we take all the fruit, the soursop fruit, we're going to peel them with this peeler right here. So all the green part is gone. Then we take the knife and cut them up into slices like these. Then we take all the seeds out and we put it in this tray. And then we go to step 2. So this is the second step. After we cut all these slices, you can see that we're gonna put it through this machine and just cut them into small pieces like this. This is so we're gonna go out and dry this in the dehydration chamber until they're small enough to put in the little packets, and that's when we can mix it with hot water and it will turn it into really good tea. And we can only cook them to a temperature of 8 to 9 degrees. So not too young, not too old, and not too hot, and not too cold. So it has to be perfect, basically. So the next step, after cutting up into very small pieces, we're gonna put it in the dehydration chamber and make them as dry as possible. Then we're gonna take it out and go to the final step where we pass it over fire to really bring out the smell of the soursop. So this is the result after we just finished dehydrating the slices. And now we're gonna run them through the fire to really bring out the smell and richness of the soursop fruit. You guys are gonna notice that when you drink this tea, it's gonna have a really nice taste, really sweet taste, and it just tastes very rich to the taste. So the result is coming out now. The machine is spitting out after it's done, and I definitely agree. It smells much better. It smelled kind of tasteless earlier, but now it definitely smells like something you really want to drink. We're about to make one bag to show you guys an example of the final step. This is the packaging, as you can see, very nice. So first step, we open it and we put in a preservative, and then we just start scooping it in. We want roughly about 100 grams. So let's see. A bit more. And then we just place it on the scale. A bit more, that should be okay. And then we just add in an instruction manual on how to use the tea. Add in the bottom. And that's your finished bag. This is the final step where we close the bag. We put it here very gently, let it run, let go. And then fully sealed. In the end, after a couple tries, we got it perfect. Hey everybody, we made it to the restaurant finally. This is where we end the vlog. We had a bunch of activity today, but I am starving. So thank everybody for watching. Please subscribe and goodbye.